But a regular P also has a lot of words too, like problematic and potential and pussy. What up, everyone? It's your boy Floz MG back with another episode of Tear Up, and this time I tried to think of something that'd be like really weird to rank. Like, what's the weirdest, most cringeworthy thing that I could ever possibly rank? So yeah, I'm gonna be doing the goddamn alphabet. I don't know why I chose the alphabet, but I thought, hey, screw it. It's weird, and that's what I am. Weird as hell. Let's get into it. Before this video starts, I just want to say that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and you can always change your mind in the future. Now back to the video. And because we're ranking the alphabet, I thought this was fitting. The tiers for this video are as follows. S, God tier, A, B, C, and F, cancel. Like, we're ranking the alphabet. We gotta actually use the letter system this time. That should hopefully satisfy some of you who hate that I don't use the regular S, A, B, C, D, whatever. I don't even know what criteria I'm using the basis on, but we're just gonna go with it. First up, we have the letter A. The letter A, the first letter in the alphabet. A, you love seeing A on a schoolwork paper. It means you did good. You did good. What am I doing? Like, you see the letter A, and you feel happy. It makes you think you accomplished something. A vowel. A. I don't know what I'm using to base this shit on. I literally have no plan for ranking these. I don't know what to do. I'm just going with it. But because it's A, I feel like I have to put it in A because that's kind of where it fits. I don't know. Alright, next up we have the letter B, the first consonant in the alphabet. And honestly, I really shouldn't be thinking about it. I should just be putting it in the B tier, but I feel like I have to say something about it. It's the letter B. It's a line with two curved lines on it. B, you bring this home to your parents. They get angry with you. And not much left to say about the letter B. B tier it is. Again, I don't know how to rank these. Next up with the letter C. The letter C, depending on where it is in a word, it can have two very distinct sounds. It can have either a s sound or a k sound. Or if it's right before an H, it could have a ch sound. Basically, C is very diverse in its sounds. And one would think it would deserve to go in the C tier, but because of its very diverse sounds to make many different words, we're actually going to go ahead and put it right next to A in the A tier. You can think that's stupid all you want, because again, I don't know how I'm ranking these. Next up we have the letter D. D, a failing grade. Well, technically not failing, but still, a very bad grade to have. D, you tell someone that you want the D. Wait, what? This is going to make me look even worse than I already do. The letter D, just the way it looks, it's a line with a curved line. D. D. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to move on to the letter E, the second vowel of the alphabet. A, E. E. It just has an odd sound to it. E. A lot of these letters can like have very distinct sounds depending on like where in words they are. Some are just exactly how they sound, but E, depending if it's one E, if it just sounds like eh, two E's sounds like E. And that's really all the sounds it has, depends on how many there are. For the letter E, we can easily put it in midway. This is the most cringeworthy thing I've ever fucking done. Next up we have the letter F for a failing grade. Equal to failure. Which is exactly what my fucking channel is. The letter F. A big part of Denzel Crocker's personality from the Fairly Odd Parents. F! Very good, parents! This letter gets an F in my book. It should be in the cancel tier. I don't know why. Next up we have G, which G actually has a few different sounds as well. Also depending on where in words it is. At the very beginning, depending on where in a word it is, it can sound like g g g g g g g or j j j j j j. Or if it has an H at the end of it, it could sound like f, like tough, rough, enough. It makes it sound like an F for some reason, which is weird. But G, I actually feel like I should put it in the S tier. Why? Because it's part of my name, Floz MG. Because you know what? Because it makes up part of my name, we're going to put it up in God tier. Floz MG, which is probably where I should have also put F, but it's a shitty letter. Next up we have H, which really only has one sound, which is oh shit. H is literally just a sideways I. Oh shit, I'm crying from the way I had to do that fucking H sound. You know what, the letter H made me cry. This letter makes me sad. It makes me sad. Next up, we have the letter I, the third vowel in the alphabet. A-E-I. Me, myself, and I. It's a very narcissistic letter. It thinks about only itself. Only itself. You know what? It only thinks about itself. A word beginning with the letter I. How narcissistic is that? Some may call it narcissism. Some may call it self-confidence. I call it worthy of being put in the very middle. Oh well, we're not even halfway through all these shits yet. Next up we have the letter J, which realistically only has one sound, which is J really just looks like a fishhook. You never see the letter J at the end of a word. You almost always see it at the very beginning of a word or towards the first half of a word. It's never in the back half. It always needs to be toward the front. Because it don't like being in the back. It considers the poor people to be in the back. That's where it thinks the poor letters are. Besides, I'm not a big fan of the letter J anyway. That doesn't even make sense. How can you not be a fan of a letter? Very easily, like that. Next up we have the letter K, which put too many times in a row can be very, very bad and get me very, very canceled. If you put it too many times in a row, you get the name of a certain organization, which is a very bad organization. And if you're a part of it, you need to die. I would say I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Well, maybe I'm going a little bit overboard with the dying, but rather you need to make some majorly different fucking life choices. I'll leave it there. For a singular letter K, we're gonna put it in C, because they sound the same. Next up we have the letter L. For all the losers in the comments who take an L. Take the L, motherfucker. The letter L is literally just a fucking right angle. L. You know what? The letter L is also needed to spell my name. Floz MG. So you know what? Because it's needed in my name, and I am narcissistic like that, we're going to put it in God tier S. I feel like when doing this, we're going to accidentally make a bad word among all that. Do I know how? Not at all. I feel like we just are somehow. But next up we have the letter M. The letter M. A very interesting letter. Used for the logo of M&M's. A very delicious candy, which I actually learned like within the last 5 years is actually Mars candy. Or Mars chocolate, rather. I actually didn't know how I didn't make the connection that it was Mars chocolate. Also used for the famous rapper Marshall Mathers' name, Eminem. There's a really interesting story behind how he got that name, or how he came up with that name. Find some other video to figure that out. But for the letter M, you know what? It's going to go in S God tier. Why? Because it's also used in my name, Floz MG. MG, 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 M, 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 M. I am high on something right now. Next up, we have the letter N. You can see me sweating right now. Because it can make a word that is a very bad word to say and get me canceled. And that word is That was more than likely a very stupid bit to do. For nearly getting me canceled, we're going to go ahead and put you down in N tier. Not all the way down in F canceled because there's still a little bit of hope maybe. Next up we have the letter O, the fourth vowel in the alphabet. A-E-I-O. Like, oh my god. I cannot do like the rule to save my life. But O is literally a circle. But it is also used to make my name. F-L-O. Floz MG. So you know what? It deserves to go in the god tier. Floz MG. Narcissism. Next up we have the letter P. The letter P is used in such words as... Next up we have the letter P, which also has a very, I want to say wide-ish variety of sounds, because depending on what letters comes after it, it can make very different sounds. Like usually it sounds like but if it has an H after it, it can sound like phantom and phenomenal and fuck. But nah, is that actually a word? I'm gonna have to look it up later and see if that actually makes a word. I don't know. It very well could. But a regular P also has a lot of words too, like problematic and potential and pussy, which is exactly what the fuck I am. And I am a very weirdly interesting individual. We're gonna go ahead and put P up in A. Why? Because I have no idea how the hell I'm ranking these. Next up, we have a very useless letter. A very useless letter. We have the letter Q. The letter Q can't do anything on its own. It always needs its friend, the letter U. Q, you can't do anything by yourself. There is no word in the English language where it has a Q and not a U after it. Q always has to be accompanied by U. Besides, what unique thing does Q have? It's literally an O with an extra line. That's not unique. That's slight plagiarism. That's like Vanilla Ice making Ice Ice Baby after that song Pressure. Literally just adding one little sound. That's exactly what Q did to the letter O. Q, you are a canceled little boy. Fuck you, Q. Why am I getting so mad at a goddamn letter? Next up we have the letter R, which the letter R really only has one sound, but there's a reason why they have the term bossy R, because it can change the sounds of a lot of vowels. Like A, A, put R after R, E, E, R, I, E. I'm not going to do that with every single vowel. That's going to take way too fucking long. The point is, bossy R can change a lot of things. Everything has to accommodate the letter R. The letter R is a bossy ass bitch. That's one bossy ass bitch R. Next up we have the letter S, which also has a lot of power. The letter S, it can make a singular thing plural. Like bag to bags, shirt to shirt, girlfriend to polygamy. Okay, that is something. That was a bit right there. Point is, S can make one thing into many, and it has that sound as snake. Plus, I just like the way the letter S looked. Plus, being the letter S, it belongs in S God tier. I mean, it kind of just fits, don't you think? Next up, we have the letter T. But if it has an H after it, it sounds like... It sounds like you're talking with a lisp. Or in this case, it sounds like you're talking with a lisp. The letter T literally looks like a decapitated man just doing this. That's literally what the hell it looks like. And I know you can't see my arms, but they're way out there. The letter T, we're going to go ahead and put you up in A. Because, you know what? Why not? Next up, we have the letter U. The letter U, the final vowel of the alphabet. A-E-I-O, U. U has a couple different sounds. In most words, it sounds like like umbrella, like tundra, or oh, wait a minute, that's technically both. Q, that's the other sound of U. U. So cucumber have both the sounds of U. This is literally my life right now. I am ranking the fucking letters of the alphabet, and I'm putting U in the very middle. I don't know why. Why are most of the vowels in the middle? I just realized. I don't care. Next up, we have the letter V. V, there really only is one sound for the letter V, and it's that V spell. And that's it right there. You put that very close to your nether regions at max volume and ow! God damn it, I was trying to make a joke and not fucking hurt myself. God damn it, I was gonna make a joke like if you put the phone close to your nether regions at max volume, it would make you fit. I'm gonna shut up now. This is what being horny does to you, it hurts you. V made me hurt myself. Fuck you, V. Fuck you, V. Next up we have the letter W, which I think is very misnamed, because W, if it looked like a W, it would look like two U's, but look, this looks like a double V. Why isn't your name double V, W? Plus, it doesn't even have its individual name, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. You sound like a word. You don't sound like a letter. You sound like a word. But then again, word sounds starts with the letter W. And every major website you go to has to begin with www for World Wide Web. So then again, it is useful. Shit. Fine, W, you win this round. We'll put you in the very middle. The very middle. And nowhere else. Next up, we have the letter X. X, depending on the circumstance, could be very good, very bad, very sexy. Like if you have 3 X's in a row, could be good somewhere, could be bad somewhere, could be sexy. 3 X's in bowling, good. 3 X's on America's Got Talent, bad. 3 X's in the bedroom, sexy. Okay, I'm a very disturbing individual. But I think overall for X, we're going to go ahead and put it up in A. Oh well. Why am I saying oh well? Next up we have the letter Y, which among the vowels is sometimes an exception, like with A, E, I, O, U. I don't know why, because they have like A, E, I, O, U and sometimes Y, which I never really understood. But also, depending on where in a word it is, it can make very distinct sounds. Like if it's at the very beginning of a word, it sounds like your, Yucatan Peninsula, yourself. I can't think of any other words like that. If it's at the end of a shorter word, it sounds like I, like try, buy, fly, all that shit. If it's at the end of a longer word, it has a sort of an E sound, like happy, sunny, money, all that sort of thing. If it's in the middle, it kind of makes an I sound, and I can't think of a certain word right now, but oh well. Still, Y looks like you're happy and you're doing this with your arms. Why don't I put it in the middle? Because why not? Why? Next up, we have the final letter of the alphabet. The letter Z. Z, ending off everything. Making you feel like you want to go to sleep, like... And the Z's come out of your thought bubbles or whatever. Z only ever has one sound. It's Z, Z, Z. You put that on max volume next to your... I'm not going to do that bit again, because if I did that bit last time and it hurt my goddamn hand. So before I hurt my hand, we're going to go ahead and put this down in C. In the C tier. I don't know how I ranked these the way I did, but they're just the way I ranked them, because, oh well. I've been Floz MG. This has been Ranking the Alphabet, a really weird tier list if I do say so myself, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye!
Bitch, I ain't your hero, don't call me a savior. Think I'm out of control, that's just my behavior. I'm bringing the house down, major devastation. You don't gotta worry, cause it don't matter, I'm antisocial.